On this edition of Maury County Now, aMuse'em has some great new exhibits and events for kids of all ages this summer. Tennessee Home Garden and Design shows you some tips about your central heat and air unit. Adam Southern gives us the history of hotels and lodging in Maury County. And finally, Pathways to Health is here to help ease your mind about signing up for health care. All this and more on this edition of Maury County Now. Hello, and welcome to Maury County Now, Columbia and Maury County's news show covering the events, ideas, groups, and happenings in and around Maury County. Finding stuff for kids to do while they're out of school can be a difficult task, but the Children's Museum has got you covered. We spoke with Sarah Evans, Executive Director of aMuse'em, about some of the exhibits and activities they have planned for this summer.
Hi, my name is Sarah Evans. I'm the Executive Director of Columbia Children's Museum. We've been located in downtown Columbia for 4 years, and we have some exciting things coming up this summer, as well as some new items in the museum. New this summer, we have a donor wall on which you can feature your family's names or your children's names. We have a climbing structure sponsored by CPWS and TVA that depicts how water gets from the Duck River into the water treatment plant and into your home. We also have a new exhibit from the City of Columbia Fire Department, which features dress-up gear and a life-size mannequin featuring a firefighter rescuing a child.
I'm here today at aMuse'em, where the Columbia Fire Department has partnered with the museum to bring some fire safety to our children. We know as fire professionals that young children are the most vulnerable population to fire. We want to take this opportunity, working with aMuse'em, to talk about smoke alarms, talk about practicing exit drill in the homes. We also have loaned a mannequin with firefighter gear. We know if you have a fire, one of the problems with children, they hide. They hide from the fire, they could hide from firefighters, and what we wear to do our very dangerous work sometimes can be scary. So we're taking an opportunity, working with the aMuse'em, to familiarize children with our firefighting gear, but the most important part is we're partnering to educate young children and their parents to have a good safety drill for fires in the home, to practice that, to have working smoke alarms. We partner with the state of Tennessee. Governor Haslam and Commissioner McPeak through the State Fire Marshal's office gives us free smoke alarms. And we will come and place these smoke alarms or multiple alarms at any resident in Columbia. All you have to do is request it through our office, 931-560-1700, and we will come and place an alarm in your house or multiple alarms to help keep you safe. We also partner with Maury County Volunteer Fire Department that uses the same State Fire Marshal's program to place smoke alarms in the county. We want everyone to have a safe summer, but this is a year-round endeavor for us, and we're dedicated to prevent fires and protect our children. And we appreciate aMuse'em allowing Columbia Fire to have this opportunity.
We also have a lot of cool events coming up for your kids. With Father's Day, you can record an audio message for him. We'll also have our annual Princess Party and Superhero Parties where your kids can dress up as their favorite characters. And look for programming coming up with the Polk Home. You can find out more information about Columbia Children's Museum by checking our Facebook page frequently, signing up for our email newsletters which go out weekly, and by checking out our new website that should be unveiled mid-June. Columbia Children's Museum has been a success only thanks to the huge outpouring of support that we've experienced from the community, from our sponsors, and from our visitors. You can visit us Monday through Saturday from 10 to 2. And we are free on Mondays thanks to the funds raised from the Maury County Benefit Ball.
When your heat or air is on the fritz, it may seem like you're helpless. Find out how to get the air moving again on this edition of Tennessee Home Garden and Design.
Hi, I'm Bratton with Rocky Top Outdoors, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee Home Garden and Design. Today we're here with Ronald McFall, a certified HVAC technician. He's going to show us how to maintain your central heating and air system and who to call when you have problems.
Hi, my name is Ronald McFall. I've been doing air conditioning work in the Maury County area for about 25 years. And today I'm going to demonstrate to you the typical things that are checked by a service company when they come out to check your unit for the summer cooling season. Now, I would encourage you to do this kind of work, this work is best left to professionals. The first and most important thing that a service company will do is clean the unit. They will clean the evaporator coil and the condenser coil. By cleaning these, your unit will run more efficiently and use less energy. When you have your unit serviced, a technician will check all your connections to make sure all your wires are tight. Loose wires cause components to burn out, and that's what they will be looking for. After the coils have been cleaned and the electrical connections have been checked, the next thing to check last is going to be your refrigerant charge to make sure it's got the proper charge to cool. One of the easiest things to do as a consumer to take care of your air conditioning system is to change your filter. And one way to remind you of that, when you get your light bill, check your filter. And if it needs change, change it. There's a couple different filters I'm going to show you. This is the pleated filter. It's more expensive, it's got more surface area to clean more air that comes across the filter media. And you also have just a common filter, economy filter like this. It's a fiber material and it's as effective, but this kind of filter's not as expensive, and I recommend changing it every 30 days. So you get your light bill, check your filter and change it if needed. Now when you replace your filter, there's an arrow. The arrow should be pointing in. The air flows that away, so the arrow points in. A common question I get asked is, what should the fan switch be set on? Should it be set on automatic or on? Well, if it's in the on position, the fan runs continuous. If it's in the automatic position, the fan cycles on when the system is satisfied. It cuts completely off. It should be set on automatic. The other switches for your system, whether for heat or cool, are off. And another common question is, what should I set my setting at for cooling? Well, I recommend starting out at 78 and adjusting accordingly. And in the wintertime, I recommend 68. So if you have your unit serviced annually, it should do two things: prevent breakdowns and extend the life of your equipment. But if you should have any issues with your system, if you feel like it's not functioning right, turn it off and call a service company to check it out.
If you have any questions about what you've seen today, or have any suggestions what you'd like to see on Tennessee Home, Garden, and Design, go to my website, RockyTopOutdoors.com. Give me a call, 615-392-0751. I'm Kyle. We'll see you next time.
We'll be back with more Maury County Now after this.
Maury County Now is sponsored by First Farmers and Merchants Bank.
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
We're back with more Maury County Now on PowerNet 13.
Being on the road has its ups and downs, but every traveler from all areas have always looked for great lodging. Get ready to fluff your pillow on this edition of Historic Maury County.
Hello, I'm aMuse'em, and this is another edition of Historic Maury County. And today let's talk a little bit about hotels. Probably one of the first hotels in Maury County was Pleasant Nelson's place. Pleasant Nelson was one of the early settlers of Columbia, and by 1828 Nathan Vaught wrote that he worked on the new hotel, which was Pleasant Nelson's Hotel. And it's located right on North Main Street. Monty Sneed owns it today, right next to Caledonia Finance. He had some very interesting people stay there while this was an inn. It's rumored that Frank and Jesse Jaynes stayed there, and also Lieutenant Wills Gould stayed there and ultimately died there as a result of a fight with General Nathan Bedford Forrest. So kind of an interesting history with that hotel. But by the late 1800s, we see another hotel come on the scenes. 1882, the beautiful Bethel House Hotel opens right in downtown Columbia. A beautiful 3-story hotel with shops on the first story. There was a ballroom on the second story. Then the third story was nothing but hotel rooms, 60 of them. First class hotel, and it was just a very sad day in Columbia when it burned in 1949. And to take its place, another hotel was built called the Randall House. And it was supposedly a luxury hotel when it first opened, but it opened in 1952, but by the time most of us remember it, it had become a little bit seedy. It was right across from the current Maury County Library here on 8th Street, and they finally tore it down in 2006. It had become that bad. But you know, there were several different hotels throughout Columbia. Not all of them were here in downtown. A lot of them were motor courts where you could drive in and park right in front of your room. There was one that opened in Riverside called the 20th Century, and it was kind of a cursed hotel. It opened in the late 40s, and you know, Duncan Hines even recommended that you go to their restaurant. It was a pretty good hotel when it first opened, but what happened is that little road that we call Riverside Drive today, that was the main drag between Columbia and Nashville when they built the hotel. But just a few years later, in 1952, they opened the James Harlan Willis Bridge and Nashville Highway. No tourists are traveling Riverside Drive anymore to get to Nashville. So this hotel, the 20th Century, died a very slow and painful death. And again, it became rather seedy and finally closed its doors. There have been other hotels, the Julia Mays, there was Stone's Motor Court. They're all gone. And now I'm told that the Polk Motel is closing its doors. The Polk Motel has been servicing the people of Columbia and also the tourists coming through since 1947. So it has a very long history and has really become just a landmark. Those neon signs out front, they always mean to me, hey, I'm close to home. And it's always good to see those right after a long trip. And you know, it's going to be sad to see those go, but as we talked a little bit about, it was kind of a cursed hotel too. They opened the Polk Motel in 1947 when Nashville Highway was the main drag to get north. And then they opened the interstate system in 1965. So not as many people were traveling Nashville Highway. Everybody was staying to the interstates. So pretty much we just see Meal Day keeping all of these little hotels alive. And again, the Polk had become somewhat notorious in Columbia. Just last year in February 2013, there was a meth explosion there. So just really becoming kind of a seedy place, and ultimately it has closed, and sadly they will tear that building down. So this has been your look at hotels in Maury County. If you want to come see me at the library, I hope you will. And I hope you'll pick up a couple of books and read them. Thank you.
There's a lot of misinformation about how to sign up for healthcare in today's market, but a local group is helping to ease that burden. Pathways to Health assists people signing up with healthcare.gov as well as TennCare, and tells you how they can get people registered with ease.
Hi, I'm Donna Seeley. I'm a certified application counselor through Pathways to Health, which is a nonprofit organization. Began in January of this year and is funded through a grant from Baptist Healing Trust. We provide outreach and education services and also enrollment assistance for people with the Affordable Care Act. And we've done a lot of enrollment events through South Central Tennessee, and we cover 8 counties in that area. We serve Bedford, Coffee, Maury, Moore, Lincoln, Marshall, Giles, Lawrence, and What we do is we go out and we'll provide, I do a lot of education events where we talk about the Affordable Care Act, we talk about the low cost, the premiums, who is eligible for the premium credits, the tax credits. People are usually not aware that they also can get reductions in deductibles and co-pays and out-of-pocket expenses. That's not been advertised as well. So we sit down usually in a group and talk about it, and then one-on-one with people and let them know what they might be available for them. And then we also help them with the computer. That seems to be a big sticking point with lots of people. They don't feel comfortable sitting down and going through healthcare.gov. So we actually sit down with people and help them apply and let them know what they're available for as far as premium tax credits and their cost sharing reductions. Plus let them know what the Affordable Care Act is about and who it helps. The TennCare Bureau changed things as of January 1st here in Tennessee. Our Medicaid program, as you know, is called TennCare. And to apply for TennCare, you used to go through the Department of Human Services. As of January 1st, you no longer were able to do that. You had to go to a kiosk or a computer at DHS, and actually you applied for TennCare through a marketplace or a healthcare.gov application. And that was intimidating to lots of people. So a good third of the amount of people that I personally helped, we were really just applying for TennCare for them or most likely their children. In Spring Hill, we're going to be in all the counties of, each month usually, but we have an event in Spring Hill at the Spring Hill Library on June the 17th. From 1:30 to 4:30, and people can drop by, ask questions. We'll be glad to help them apply for TennCare, for Cover Kids, whatever they're needing, and also to see if they're eligible for one of the special enrollment periods that if they qualify or not for that, and help them enroll in healthcare.gov. Pathways to Health, we are on Facebook, and it's, facebook.com /Pathways to Health is how you can reach us through Facebook, and also you can call. I'll give my number, 931-247-3086 to reach us, and I'll hook you up with one of my colleagues and we'll get you taken care of, get your questions answered for you.
To find out more information about any of the stories you've seen on this edition of Maury County Now, check out our website at maurycountynow.com and look in the show notes for more details. Maury County Now is sponsored by First Farmers and Merchants Bank. Make sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com /Maury County Now. Thanks for watching Maury County Now, and we'll see you next time.